Art to me is expressing yourself. It's going back to my first answer. Those things that should really be free, and I find anything done with passion I take an interest in. So whether it's music, whether it's movies, or whether it's a well-written book, genuine passion thakle, I'll take an interest. So again, I see art as a very broad thing, and I take an interest. And fine arts, paintings happen to be within the art genre. And then that just it's connected to all of that. As I was explaining to you in the earlier conversation, Edward Hopper's paintings inspired David Lynch to make movies, and David Lynch's movies actually inspire a lot of musicians today who make a very different kind of music. So, like new jazz, for example, is inspired by a lot of David Lynch movies. So to me, they're all connected. So that's the beauty in art, and that's why I like it so much.
আপনি S.M.Sultan নিয়ে কাজ করছেন, তো why S.M.Sultan?
S.M.Sultan আমার যেটা একটা project which I took up a couple of years back. It's still in sort of work in progress, and I've been very either busy or lazy or combination of both. কারণটা এখনো হয় নাই। সেটা হচ্ছে I feel Sultan in today's art scenario খুব important in the sense that he was probably the only artist who had no commercial interest. He was also the only artist who was also shunned by the art establishment back in the 50s and the 60s. And he was one who never wanted to create for publicity. Money wasn't a factor. He was a true artist, bohemian sensitive artist. He was the only one. And that really interested me. So I'm very interested in the man. I also like his paintings because of his rural connection and the way he paints. I think Sultan's paintings, the style or the approach, it started with him, it also ended with him. No one else is doing what he did. So I find it fascinating, completely different from everybody else. And I think he needs a bit of recognition, which he never got when he was alive. I mean, he got some exhibitions going, like there was one exhibition in '84 at the German Cultural Center, the Goethe Institute. But that was it really. I mean, there were several patrons who wanted to promote him because he was also shying away from media and publicity. He never really got that. And এই কারণে আমরা কিন্তু সুলতান সম্বন্ধে খুব কম জানি। See, when I started my research, I wanted some books. I got only one book on Sultan. It's actually a fictionalized account of his life by Ahsan Abdul Hai, and it's called S.M.Sultan, or it's just Sultan. The book is called Sultan. So, ওখান থেকে কিছু information পাওয়া যায়, and the person who really knew him well was a guy called Ahmed Safa. Ahmed Safa একটা essay আছে on Sultan. So if you read that, you'll find some information. And then there's another book which was published by Bangla Academy called S.M.Sultan, which is Burhanuddin Khan Jahangir একটা লেখার মধ্যে আছে। ওখান থেকে you can get some information, but there's nothing else apart from that. Everything else you have to collect by talking to people. So what I want to do is collect all of those anecdotes, stories, people's personal experiences, because the good thing is people are still alive who saw him, who interacted with him, and get these accounts together. So next generation যাতে জানতে পারে S.M.Sultan. So that is my main.
Why do you think এখনো আমরা অনেকে due recognition দিতে পারি না বা দিচ্ছি না?
I think it's due recognition. কিছু recognition দেয়া হয়েছে. I think একদম দেয়া হয় না। He's considered to be one of the greats in Bangla art. But I think because there's a lot of division even within the art community, there's partisan approach আছে এখানে, তো ওই কারণে দেখা যায় যে ঢাকা সেন্ট্রিক যারা তারা they get the publicity. For example, you'll see Kamur Hassaner huge একটা exhibition হলো জাদুঘরে. At the same time, the exhibition took place in Izumi, a very up-class restaurant in Gulshan. I couldn't imagine Sultan having the same. And I think it goes back to that time in the 50s and 60s when if you're Dhaka-centric, you get more publicity, whereas he was very rural. he never really came out of Norail. ও নড়াইলেই থাকতো, ওখানে থাকতে পছন্দ করতো. So it was convenient for these group, this particular group as well to actually keep him away. So ওই ধারাটা এখনো চলে আসতেছে. And ডিউ রেকগনিশন থেকে আমি মনে করি বেশি ইম্পর্টেন্ট হলো যে নিউ জেনারেশনের জানা and knowing the man and the sense যে art is above all, selflessness যেটা আর কি. So ওই যে ওর মধ্যে যে কোনো কমার্শিয়াল সেন্স ছিলই না, এই যে জিনিসটা এটার কারণেই সে অ্যাকচুয়ালি কর্নার হয়ে আছে, আর এইটার কারণেই আমাদের আরো তাকে জানা উচিত. So this is an irony in place here.
Let's say something about him, something about Sultan that particularly you liked, particularly touched you.
I love the fact that he could never connect with human beings. He could connect with animals. That's the আমার কাছে এটা খুব অ্যামেজিং লাগে যে and খুব বিউটিফুল লাগে যে সে একটা রাস্তার কুকুর বিড়াল তার কাছে চলে আসতো, কিন্তু মানুষ তাকে ভয় পেত. তার ঘরে সাপ ব্যাঙ নিয়ে এসে ঘুমাতো, হ্যাঁ, প্যাঁচা সাপ, আমরা এগুলো দেখলে বলবো যে দরকার নেই, বাট হি কুড কমিউনিকেট উইথ দ্যাম. So that tells me something else. So I think that fascinates me a lot. And at the same time, he was brilliant, because as a painter, he had so many opportunities to make a name for himself. For example, I actually personally checked this record. Leicester Gallery in London, ওখানে তার 1954 একটা exhibition হয়েছে with Matisse and Picasso. ঠিক আছে? After that, he was commissioned to work for the gallery, i.e. getting paid to work for them, as in like painting and more exhibitions. He chose to come back to what was then East Pakistan, because he said, no, I don't want this, I actually want to go back to my roots. I don't think many artists would have done the same if they got the opportunity. And this sort of sense of selflessness, এটা আমার কাছে খুব পছন্দ হয় ব্যাপারে.
So say something about our eccentricities.
ওই যে কানেক্টিং উইথ অ্যানিমালস বললাম, তারপরে তুমি ধরো ওকে বাসায় এনে রাখলা, he would leave without telling you. But then while he's at your place, সে অনেক পেইন্টিং আঁকছে, সে এগুলো রেখে চলে যাবে. ও একটা বিশাল একটা কাজ সে ডোনেট করে দিয়েছিল একটা গরিব পরিবারকে, যাদের ছাদ ছিল না, ছাদের থেকে বৃষ্টি পড়ছিল, তারা ছাদের চাল ঠিক করার পয়সা নাই, তো ও একটা বড় একটা পেইন্টিং করছে, এইটা নিয়ে ছাদে লাগাও, তোমরা ছাদে লাগালে বৃষ্টির পানিটা আটকাবে, চটের উপরে পেইন্ট করতো, তো উই উইল স্টপ দ্য রেইন ওয়াটার. তো ওই পেইন্টটা পরে উদ্ধার করা হয়েছে ওখান থেকে. It's in a private collection now, but you can see there are more stories. Like, for example, he actually spent a lot of time traveling in Europe. He traveled a lot, and then he spent a lot of time in North America. যেটা অনেকে জানে না যে he spent a couple of years with the Red Indians, or Native Americans, যেটা politically correct term, and they accepted him as one of their own. He did not know the language, but he still connected with them. Later on, when Ayub Khan sent him to, or not personally sent him, but basically he was sent to New York for United Nations একটা session ছিল on child psychology, and he knew children very well. That's the other beautiful thing about him. He could connect with children, and he was regarded as one of the experts. কারণ ওটা শিশু স্বর্গ এখনো তো আছে ওটা. তো ও ইউনাইটেড নেশনের পোডিয়ামে উঠে he spoke for a few minutes about child psychology, but very quickly he started criticizing America for what they did to the Native Americans, and that was an embarrassment, but it was amazing, yeah. So he didn't really care who you are, তুমি কত পাওয়ারফুল, বা কে তোমার এস্টাবলিশমেন্ট, তুমি কত টাকা আছে, কি আছে. He just didn't care about any of these. True bohemian in the sense. He could play the flute very well. No one knows how he learned that, কারণ ওর কোনো formal training ছিল না. He could speak very good English. No one knows how he picked up. Could be from his travels. Shari porto because he thought he was Radha, and he was waiting for Krishna. He spent some time waiting for Krishna, and then he also wanted to be Krishna. So all of that. He danced. He used to dance and paint. That was another thing. So eccentricity যদি বলতে হয় তাহলে আরো অনেক স্টোরিজ আছে এরকম আর কি.
What do you think about the art scene in the country today? After S.M.Sultan ওরকম কি কাজ আসছে? ওরকম maybe similar কাজ না, but এত ভালো কাজ কি আসছে?
Definitely ভালো কাজ আসছে, but not like S.M.Sultan. I think I answered before in terms of this, যে his work or his style started with him and ended with him. ঠিক আছে, উনি মারা যাওয়ার পরে ওই ধারায় কেউ কাজ করে নাই, বাট দ্যাট ইজ নট টু সে দ্যাট ইজ দ্য অনলি ধারা হুইচ ইজ গুড। অনেক ফ্যান্টাস্টিক আর্টিস্ট যারা পোস্ট সুলতান পিরিয়ডে কাজ করেছে এবং করছে আর কি, এবং তাদের নিজেদেরও একটা খুব সুন্দর স্টাইল আছে। And going back to the first part of the question, art scene in Bangladesh right now, it's a great place to be for an artist. I think it's booming, it's buzzing. আগের প্রশ্নে আমরা কথা বলছি about funding and scholarships কম, but তারপরও এটার মধ্যে একটা সেন্স অফ এনার্জি মানে কাজ করছে তাদের মধ্যে, এগেনস্ট অল অডস যেটা আর কি, স্ট্রাইভিং। তখন কিন্তু আর্টিস্টদের ওই স্ট্রাগলটা অনেক পুশ করে ক্রিয়েটিভিটিতে, তখন অনেক নুয়ান্সড মেসেজগুলো বের হয়ে আসে তাদের মধ্যে থেকে। সো আই থিঙ্ক দ্যাট ইজ অলসো বিউটিফুল। আর আর্ট সিন কারেন্টলি I think it's going in the right direction, in the sense that more and more people are accepting artists as professionals. It's a profession. More families, I guess, are more opening up to it. যে হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, আমার ছেলে বা আমার মেয়ে আর্ট করতে চাচ্ছে বা ফাইন আর্টসে যেতে চাচ্ছে, could be scouting, সেটা ফাইন আর্টস হতে পারে বা মিউজিক হতে পারে, and encouragement to আসতেছে আস্তে আস্তে। So I think it's good.
How do you think the internet or technology can help connect youth and art?
I think it can connect youth and art, definitely, for a start. Internet connects people. And youth is very tech savvy, so they can use internet as a platform to promote their art. They should treat internet as a friend, in the sense that they can connect with not only artists in Bangladesh, but also artists abroad, globally. There are certain networks, for example, Sachi Online, Sachi Gallery, sort of charitable initiative, যেখানে artists can register for free and have their page where they can display their works. There's obviously Facebook, যেটা সবারই একটা অ্যাকাউন্ট আছে, they can have albums there where they can sort of display their works, connect with people again. Then there are other sites like Pinterest, Twitter, where they can send messages, connect with people. And to summarize, you can have all your works digitalized online to the whole world for very little or no cost. That's how it can help globally. We have the global outreach, যেটা 10 বছর আগে বা 15 বছর আগে সম্ভব ছিল না, এখন সেটা সম্ভব। So that's how it can help.